Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are playing Penny Arcade Adventures on the Rainslick Precipice of Darkness Episode 1. It's quite a mouthful. This is the Xbox Live Arcade version we are playing. This came out in 2008, I want to say very early on in the year. And it was sort of one of the first $20 XBLA games, 1600 points. Pretty controversial at the time because that was quite a bit higher than most other games. I believe at that point 1200 points is probably the highest it had been. So this was sort of one of the first games to sort of push the boundaries of that price point, and yeah, this is sort of the first time that the Penny Arcade guys sort of got involved in the actual game, making sense after sort of being all about being critical, lampooning the industry, and sort of all that sort of stuff. So it's interesting sort of seeing what their sort of ambitions for what kind of game they would make, what they would want to be made for their own license. So let's hop in, start a new game. This is an RPG. As you see, I've played through it twice already. Those are my two achievement runs. It's a pretty easy 200 point run. The game's not terribly long. So let's not sure if there's a random. Okay, so this is sort of your character creation. You can do a variety of different things. Nothing too radical, but this basically feeds into sort of the cutscenes. So let's create a dude here. Face, let's see. Got various hairstyles, one with little hat. Let's go with top hat. You can also change the colors, so if you don't like the color or something, change it. A little more purple than I would like. The colors can be a little bit weird on this. There's a brown. I would like a brown top hat. That's okay right there. Eyebrows, doesn't really matter. Eyes, that's fine. Glasses, nose, let's go with this one. Mouth, that's cool. Clothes, got a variety of different, not really a variety, 3 different ones. This, pants, shoes. Let's go without gloves. That gets everything there. We'll start. And so that whole character creation process, you can create a couple of different interesting characters. It's not really anything big, but it feeds into the cutscenes as your sort of 3D character you just made is handled right in the 2D cutscene. Very nicely, actually. And here's sort of the intro into the game. See the fruit fucker there? That's going to be a big part of this game. And so this is an RPG sort of based off of Penny Arcade, not necessarily directly on the comics. This is sort of inspired by that. As you see, there's our character we just made. That goatee could look a little bit better on his face.
The sunrise.
This is our narrator. He's an awesome narrator.
Perfect neighborhood on this perfect morning in the mostly perfect burg of New Arcadia. I say mostly perfect because from the edge of the city to its black heart, it pulses with evil. But we may be getting ahead of ourselves. I am here to guide you through this corrupted suburbia. While we surmount these challenges, do not dwell on my mysterious identity. It will only distract you from the task at hand. You're dwelling on it, aren't you? I urge you, do not. Your life and the lives of others may well depend upon it. Now then, forgive me. I'm afraid that I cannot concentrate with your lawn in such disarray. Please, pay me this small
Okay, now we can
kindness.
control.
Take up yon rake and bring these
This
grounds
is an
in line with
RPG,
civilization.
turn-based RPG,
I beg you.
and very much is sort of, I'd say the combat system is inspired by Paper Mario, since it's more rhythm-based. Paper Mario, Super Mario RPG, that sort of stuff. Do this. Trigger cutscene. So I really like how they did the sort of brought the Penny Arcade art style to this. Especially sort of their ability to adapt their the character creation stuff to this. Uh-oh. And your house is gone. It looks like a giant steampunk fruit fucker. There's Gabe and Tycho. And it's not directly based on the comic, it's sort of inspired by it and sort of this 1920s era steampunk sci-fi universe spin on that
Things are worse than I imagined.
on that
I thought we had
Penny
all
Arcade thing.
afternoon at least. We're even going to
You
go
go talk to these
windsurf,
people.
weather permitting. There is no time to mourn, however. We must direct ourselves toward more useful endeavors. For example, that was a rather large robot. And it was being followed by two strange men.
Managed to
Let us chart the winding
Destroy some
course
stuff.
of our destiny. What say you? That's the spirit! Onward! Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of... the dogs
if you don't
of-
like the narrator,
Know this.
he's not around for
Cry
very long.
havoc, and then you
Just
do
generally this
something
neighborhood
this-
areas
some kind
where you'll
of
hear him.
dog. Curses.
Which is a shame because I really liked it.
Best be on our way. I'm sure it will.
So what you can do now is sort of go around the neighborhood, destroy certain objects, search things, you get concept art. I believe that's an achievement. Let's see. You'll pick up items. Garbage cans are some of the items that you can sort of destroy. There'll be boxes. Yeah, I knocked over that can to get some stuff. Pick up health items. They're the fruit fuckers. So let's see if we can. Well, let's bird up here. So you get some humorous sort of response.
Take heed, pupil. These creatures are a recent phenomenon in New Arcadia. Their carnal appetite for fresh fruit drives them to tiny acts of vulgarity.
All right. Now here's sort of a. No, it's turn-based. It's very much sort of active time battle sort of system. So here, as you're taking time to start these attacks, Go with the block. As you're sort of taking time to do your attacks. Okay, yeah, right trigger does it. There we go. There's a block. You can let it fill up. Your X button is your normal attack. So as it fills up, when it fills up, you can initiate that attack. And the Y is your sort of special move, which takes up longer to fill up, and definitely something that you want to make sure you use it in the right situation, because yeah, you want to save it for the right situations, because it's going to take a while for you to sort of for it to
speak with the cat. Simply
cool down. It's
approach
going to take a
him
while.
and press A.
So now we have this cat. Create the cat. So now we picked up T. Kemper as our support character. This is sort of a special attack that we have now. Bandages. Some buffs. Okay, there's Gabe and Tycho.
Hold! Those strange men again. We will make their acquaintance soon.
Generally, when you see sort of objects like this sort of shaking, that means there's going to be enemies in
to
it.
promote bone health. Now they keep a sinister secret. Let us discover this secret.
Oh, monsters. Critical hit. So now we have T. Kemper here. If you do a really good job of sort of blocking, you get a counter attack. T. Kemper here. Come in, look himself, and do 1 damage. There's an achievement for
I must say that
killing an enemy with that attack.
companion.
Just tough to do, but when you get the right situation for it, it's awesome to pull off. There are also some other tough achievements. There's one for beating the final boss without using health, I think. I think that's what it is. Win the game without ever letting a character die. Yeah, right there, without healing. Which is tough, but it's doable. You just save before the final boss, then you just keep fighting him until you're able to sort of pull together a good run there, so. But it's doable. Okay, so let's move on to the next panel. Oh, I had that prompt. There we go. Let's see if we can meet up with Gabe and Tycho.
A truly complete diet always includes fresh seasonal fruits. We should
Alright.
collect some from that nearby tree. To interact with an item, approach it carefully. When an icon appears, press A.
So we got some oranges to distract the fruit fuckers. They're terrorizing this woman here. So now we can use this. Oh, there we go. Throw that out there. So they do a good job of sort of really sort of using the injecting humor into this sort of stuff. It just makes it sort of more of a fun game. And now we have leveled up. There's no sort of skill system, but now we've leveled up. We've unlocked the Grand Slam attack. That's going to be on our Y button. So the Y button are all sort of special attacks that are all minigame based. So I believe you get 3 of them. And they're different minigames, so you pick which one you want to do. This one's actually pretty easy. It's just basically that the hand on that clock sort of spins around and you have to hit it within each of those boxes.
You are progressing even faster than I thought possible. Will it be fast enough, I wonder? As you gain experience defeating enemies, your power grows. Already you have earned a potent new
Physics
ability.
on these
I
fruit
have
fucker bodies.
faith you'll soon have an
So they knock 'em
opportunity
around.
to
Okay,
use it.
let's move on to the next area. Oh, we got enemies here. Okay, so we're going to use this special attack. I believe there are different levels to these attacks. So you will get some special, not special, like harder versions of them for more damage. So you sort of weigh the risk and reward for going for a harder thing that you may not be able to actually do versus something that's easier, but you won't get as much damage. Continue on. Change panels. So yeah, there are concept art and some stuff like that attached to one of the houses. And all that
Say,
stuff.
the fellows who ran after that hulking contraption. What knowledge have they gleaned from that Great Depression? No doubt created by its gigantic foot module. Perhaps we should ask them. Go on, don't be shy. They seem nice. Well, that
Talk to
one
Gabe.
seems nice.
Hello? So yeah, you get some dialogue stuff here. Nothing really substantial that's going to really change anything, but more just a chance to sort of get some more humor. Especially when you're talking to Gabe and Tycho. Because you might know, Tycho's sort of a bit more wordy person, and Gabe's a bit more about, awesome stuff. And so, definitely, if you're into sort of more of a Paper Mario style, RPG, this is sort of a nice one. It's not too long, about maybe 3-4 hours long. There's a decent amount of areas to explore. The amount of enemies in the levels are all finite, So if you go around and fight every enemy, you will level up to your max. Those are all tied to achievements there, so definitely I like the battle system. I liked what they did here. I like the humor of the whole thing. The campaign does some really cool stuff, and I just enjoyed the whole thing. Then they did a good job with the sequel. Not the sequel, the second episode, sort of following up on this, and that will be covered in another time. I believe at this point this game is 800 points. And I don't know, I would say it's not necessarily the best deal on Xbox Live Arcade, because it's 800 points for both episodes. And then I would probably suggest, if you're going to get both of those games, probably get them on PS3. There's a bundle with both of them for $15, so about $7.50 each. Or even on Steam, whenever they have sales, big sales like right now, you can probably get the bundle for both episodes for like $5 or something like that. It's a really great deal. Though I haven't played the PC version yet because it's not controller. It doesn't support controllers like it really should, unfortunately. I definitely say if you want it on a console, go for the PS3 version. And yeah. So yeah, these are from Hothead Games, who would abandon the series after the second episode and sort of move on to Deathspank, that series, Swarm, and then now they make a bunch of mobile games on Android and iOS. And so yeah, one of the things that made this game notable, besides like the whole Penny Arcade thing, is that what's his name? Ron Gilbert worked on this, sort of helped with Hothead, sort of helped with the story stuff and all that. Which is sort of one of the things that really got people to notice to pay attention to this game. Because when it came out, despite the $20 price tag, there we go, now we got Gabe in our party. And this is his... Okay, yeah, that's right. The minigame minigame special attacks are based on each person, so Gabe's is more about mashing the button to fill up the meter up to a certain point before time runs out on it. And so, you know, as you go further, level that up a bit. Yeah, we'll show this right here. So here you can do 2 people, have them team up. There you go, like tag team attacks, which is really cool. Gabe here is reading his book with a gun. I need to peed all over me. Okay. I should be paying attention to this queuing up attacks. Instead, I'm not really doing that. I believe the sort of support character, their meter building up is cumulative across different multiple matches, so you don't have to worry about sort of only having one use. It's definitely not one use per battle. It's definitely one use sort of maybe every 4 or 5. So that's why you have to be careful with where you're going to use it, not use it on the worst thing. Yeah, on like the easiest bosses, or not bosses, but easiest enemies, things like that. So yeah, as you play through the game, you'll upgrade your weapons, make them a lot more badass, and yeah, it's a really cool game. Definitely, check it out on any of those 3 platforms: PS3, Xbox 360, or PC. Whenever they have sales, I want to say the Xbox 360 version's maybe been on sale once or twice before. So if you're gonna get that, it's probably just gonna be 800 points. So I'd recommend getting on the other 2 platforms where it goes on sale a little bit more often. PC goes on sale all the time. So yeah, that's Penny Arcade Adventures on the Precipice of Darkness. On the Rainslick Precipice of Darkness, Episode 1. It's quite a mouthful, and it's a really cool RPG. So have a good day, guys. I will see you guys again next time.